What's up, friends? Welcome back to another photo shoot video. So this is the first episode of the summer 2025 season. Today is Sunday, May 25th, Memorial Day weekend. So happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody out there. And let's not forget all of our fallen troops and all of our current troops serving. Definitely want to remember them on this Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, Sunday, May 25th, first episode of summer 2025. So it's 4:30 in the afternoon right now. I just did a little drive out to Houston, Minnesota, about a half hour away from the crib. Nice little drive out here, really going through all the bluffs and stuff like that. But I've actually never been to this city before to do any like photography or anything, but there's a really nice nature trail that kind of goes around some farm silos and grain mills and stuff. Just a lot of really cool kind of like agricultural stuff around here to take photos of. And yeah, it's something new, so I've never been here before, but it looked really cool on the map. I was just kind of checking it out before I came. So that's kind of the plan, just gonna walk this nature trail. I'm hoping to be out here for quite some time. I want to hopefully stay out here close to sunset. So sunset is 8:30. It's pretty late right now for sunset, but yeah, I'm gonna try and stay out, get some of those kind of golden hour, get some of that golden hour light around sunset. And then I've got the zoom lens with me. I want to do more zoom lens work this summer, so the 70-300, and we'll see what we can do with that. There's definitely some stuff that's like farther away that'll be good for that zoom lens. So yeah, that's kind of the plan today. It's 72 degrees, sunny, it's a little bit warm out, but yeah, it should be a good day, good afternoon to start out this first summer episode. So let's get to it. So this grain mill, that's going to be a good photo shoot location, photo opportunity right there. Got a vertical shot here of this house, kind of cut off through the trees in there. The sun is hitting that bluff pretty good, so nice vertical shot, looking way down in the city there. Yeah, one thing about using this zoom lens, guys, and if you are using zoom lens, definitely got to position yourself pretty far away from your subject. Like my minimal focal length is 70, so I got to be pretty far away and backed up for my whole picture frame to kind of come together. So it's one thing to note with zoom lenses is you got to be shooting stuff from pretty far away for pictures to turn out good. But that's kind of the whole point of coming out to this location, is you know, take a look at this. We just got a bunch of stuff that's like kind of far out in the distance, so it's a good place to work with the zoom. You guys can see these grain mills and silos. Definitely want to focus on these today. Try and get some good shots of kind of these down here and this set in town here. So I'm gonna try my best. That could be a good shot right in there. Another vertical shot here of this silo, kind of right here, about right there. So picked up the homes, 2 little houses there in the background. And it's a little bit too bright right here, but the clouds were given some shadow in the shots earlier. But this is pretty bright, so probably try and take this again closer to sunset hours, get a little bit of a little bit more shaded light. But yeah, that's a pretty cool angle right there. I definitely want to figure out the best angle for those guys down there, but we're gonna check out this little wooded trail, see where this goes. Yeah, I'm also looking for just shots of kind of the town up here. This nature trail is kind of up on a hill, so it gives a nice lookout to everything in this area. Beautiful scene here. This pond, grain mill in the background. I went vertical again, so just focusing on that grain mill. Wanted to get the pond in the foreground with some of these reeds poking out there, but it looks super cool, really good on the camera. Kind of getting tints of orange in the camera, but this is a great shot right here. I just love the contrast between the real kind of industrial agricultural industrial stuff, and then the contrast with the pond and all the nature. Just makes for a really interesting composition, I think. Landscape here, guys. The sun is kind of going behind a cloud right now, but got the zoom lens on these grain mills, looking through this tree here, and I was looking for some sort of shade to kind of get into the shot, just to kind of dampen the brightness of the sun. And this kind of set of trees right here really did it good. So it's kind of framing it up like this. I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can kind of see it better. I know the zoom lens on the phone isn't too great. but essentially like this, kind of framed up like that. Got the nice bluffs lit up in the background. Yeah, when I was taking the shot, it was complete, just sun everywhere. It's getting blocked out by a cloud right now, but this tree, or these trees, gave me some nice shade to kind of get some shadows into the photo so it wasn't as bright. But I really like this shot, actually. Really good landscape here. Really cool scene. I like that a lot. And I think I'm gonna look at a lot of these angles again on the way back. It's about 5:30 right now, so it's been about an hour already. Yeah, and I also want to look at that that meat store, the Stinson's Meats over there. Probably on the way back, if you guys can see that, through all of the farm equipment. All right, so back on the main trail here. So with this being the first summer episode of the season here, I figure I can just go over two main goals that I have for this season. Is one, make use of the zoom lens more, which is what I'm doing now. So I definitely want to take out the zoom lens a lot more, just to switch it up and get really just different shots with it. I've been using my fixed 24mm for quite a while. That's kind of my go-to. So I just want to push myself to get more of that zoom lens in. And then number two, with this kind of goes hand in hand with using the zoom lens more. I want to kind of get these picturesque kind of Midwest scenes, kind of like I'm doing now. So I want to kind of put myself in areas like this, you know, out in the actual countryside, looking for kind of just really cool Midwest scenes involving like farms, houses in the bluffs, stuff like that, and use the zoom lens to kind of capture those, because with a lot of those types of scenes, you're pretty far away a lot of the times, unless you're in a small town or something like that. But those are just two kind of general goals I have. I guess another one too is just do a lot more pictures kind of at this time of day, towards sunset, towards those sunset hours, because I have a tendency usually to get out there earlier than I should. So those are kind of some of the main goals that I'm trying to focus on this summer. Beauty of a shot, guys. This could be the shot of the day right here. Got the tripod set up. I captured a couple motorcycles driving through the scene there on this road right in front of me. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. These are the shots that I'm living for right now. Just like this. I want to be hitting shots like this all summer long if I can. Absolutely beautiful scene. Beautiful light. A little bit of clouds there, kind of giving some shade to the bluffs in the background. Yeah, I love that composition. That is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And the fact that I was able to capture kind of a biker motorcycle going through that, oh, it just makes it even, it just completes it. That's the Midwest right there, baby. Super cool. Nice landscape shot here. I really like these clouds, actually. Kind of just floating there. But yeah, just focused on the grain mills once again. Really nice vertical shot here. Looking down at that silo with the farm. And I couldn't get this on video, guys. It just happened too quickly, but there were some horses that kind of came into this frame. So that's the reason why I set this up. I did not expect this to happen, but there were some horses that were grazing right in the foreground of this frame. So right in those grass fields. There were some horses walking through there, and I think I captured them pretty good. I think I got the shot off, but it just looked beautiful with everything going on in this scene. The little farm there, the silo in the background, and those horses coming through just made it pretty special there. I think you can see one of them. I think you can see them there on the left-hand side. Yeah, there they are. There's one of them. Yeah, you guys can see there. I'm gonna take some more shots. Really like how that turned out. Didn't expect that at all. Just kind of saw the horses come into frame against that farm silo and tried to get the shot off as best I could. Just beautiful. Love it. Love it. But yeah, I was taking that shot for probably 20 minutes. But closing in on 7 o'clock, about 10 minutes to 7. So the sun is coming down a bit. All these bluffs in here and everything is just so cool looking, dude. Definitely gotta come back here again for sure. Do some more exploring. But we're not done yet. I'm still gonna take a look at some of the angles we saw coming in, and then I want to go around to this grain mill over there, kind of that we saw right away, and go check that out some more. The shot kind of shows you the general landscape of like the bluffs and the hills in the background and stuff. I'm backed up here a ways, as you guys can tell once I'm zoomed out on the phone, but nice landscape there. I like that one. But yeah, definitely softer light now. It looks actually pretty nice bouncing off the metal siding there. Hang on. Look at this. This is just crazy looking. That sun coming through the trees, looking down the valley there. Oof. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Little oriole following me a little bit. Coming up on the final grain mill here. I'm not sure if this is going to give me a lot of cool shots with the amount of time I have to work around it. The sun is it's about to go under a bluff here in probably 30 minutes. And this thing is just freaking huge. And with the zoom lens, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get too many good ones, at least from this side, like from this angle. There's just nothing really in the foreground to work with. I'm just kind of right on. So I'm gonna look what's across this road. I think this trail continues. I'm gonna see if I can hop on that, try and get kind of on the back angle. Problem with that is though, I'm gonna be probably shooting into the sun, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this trail runs all the way down there. And there's looks like some more silos down there. Probably some cool houses. This is a snowmobile trail in the winter time, so that's why it's kind of open like this. Yeah, check out the backside. That looks cool. That is pretty awesome, man. So I'm gonna look around here for a couple shots. Okay, friends, so I took a look at the backside, this backside angle of the grain mill. There's nothing I can really get that with the zoom lens right now that's popping out to me. It's just too big of a structure, and we got the sun coming in like right there, so I'm kind of shooting into the sun. There's not a whole lot I can get with the zoom, so what I'm thinking is we'll have to save this for another day, bust out the other lens, the 24mm fixed, and we can get some more close-up shots of that. So we'll save this for another photo shoot day. Definitely gonna come back here, but it's worth just checking this out while I'm here. With the remaining 20 or 30 minutes that I do have, I'm gonna continue on down this snowmobile track here and see what I can get with kind of these silos up here. I think there's a couple homes. Yeah, there's a home up there. You guys can see that. And the sun is to my back, kind of shooting this way. So we'll see if I can't snag the last couple photos up here, and then yeah, we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. Oh man, I've been out here for a while. I'm starting to feel the fatigue. All right, friends. I've been at this shot for quite a while. Been working this shot. But we got this old farmhouse back here. And I'm kind of down on the ground. I wanted to get this grass in the foreground to kind of cut off the brown kind of field there. So landscape shot, just focusing on the farm building or farmhouse. And that is the last of the sunlight too. You guys can see that sunlight fading. You guys can see that light, that sunlight is pretty much gone now. It just set over the bluff there. And we're going into blue hour. But yeah, that was pretty much the only shot I was kind of focused on back here. I could have got more of this stuff, but yeah, this old farmhouse just really poked out to me. Just looked really dope. That sunlight hitting it, but now it's just, yeah, I got it at perfect timing pretty much, because now there's literally no sunlight on it. It's just kind of flat. A really cool scene there. Really like how that looks, just kind of like an island of trees out in this field. Really cool. But that'll be the final shot most likely. I don't think we'll see anything on the way back. And I'm just gonna turn around here. We'll save all this stuff over here for next time, whenever that may be. All right, we are headed back to the truck. It is 8:10 right now. So sunset is at 8:30. Sun just dropped below the bluff, so right on time. You guys can see the beautiful, picturesque Midwest scenes behind me. But man, I just gotta say, I have not had a photo shoot present this many just really cool photo opportunities in a while. I can't even really remember. I mean, it probably some winter photo shoot, but this was a special episode, man. I mean, I feel like this field footage is going to be pretty long, but this place is great, dude. I did not expect this at all. I mean, this is just one after the other after the other. It's just really cool scenes all the way through. Stuff I didn't expect, stuff I was planning for. It all turned out really good, so I just gotta say that. I mean, yeah, this place blew me away. I mean, I'm definitely coming back here, man. It's not even too far from home, about a half hour into Minnesota. And yeah, it's just beautiful out here, dude. Beautiful. And this is just a small, tiny town. It's got a population of like 1,000 people. Just in the back of the bluffs and the coulees. Just beautiful. But yeah, I mean, this whole photo shoot just presented so many good opportunities for photos. This trail that we took leading all the way through, it's just in a perfect place, kind of on an elevated hill a little bit, all the way through town. Just gave us so many good photo ops. So So, I mean, yeah, this is just a really cool spot. Really cool spot. Houston, Minnesota. A little gem, hidden gem. So definitely going to come back here for some more one day. All right, friends, made it back in the truck. It is 8:30 on the dot right now. The sun is setting there over the bluffs. It's definitely blue hour right now, but man, what a photo shoot. I kind of said it all in the last clip there that you guys saw, but yeah, this place is super special. This place is really cool. Yeah, I got to come back here and do more photo shoots because, like I said, this is the first time coming here doing a photo shoot. Yeah, it just blew me away, man. I mean, there was, like I said, all along that nature trail, just photo opportunities all along there. And we came away with some really, really, really cool shots. Yeah, I can't wait to look at these in post-production. But man, really, really stoked about this one. This is a good way to start off the summer season with a bang for sure. Got a mix of everything in there. A lot of farm stuff, but just a little bit of a mix of everything. And I kind of did both of my goals kind of that I said I was gonna try and work on this summer. And I got out here closer to sunset hours, which I need to do more of, kind of coming out later in the day. And then yeah, worked with that tripod and that zoom lens and got some really crisp and clean, nice shots, especially that one with the horses kind of rolling through there with the farm in the background and that silo against the bluff. That was so cool, dude. Then also with that other farm and the motorcycle going through. I mean, yeah, it's just those two especially, I did not expect those at all, and it just turned out phenomenal. So, but yeah, that'll do it for this one, guys, for the field footage. I know this is probably running long, so yeah, we'll try and make the photo review a little bit quicker. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to capture along the way there. Really stoked about how this went, and I got a little bit of a drive, half-hour drive back to the crib now, back to Wisconsin. And yeah, but that'll do it for this one, guys. Yeah, couldn't be happier with how this went, honestly. So yeah, that'll do it for me. Thanks for sticking with me for this field footage, guys. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys back at the crib. What is up, everybody? We are back from the first photo shoot of summer 2025, and yeah, it was a good one. Had a really nice walk out there in Houston, Minnesota. I had never been to that spot before. It was yeah, I kind of just saw it in the general area, and it was really cool. Yeah, got like a handful of really good images that we can review here. But before I get into that, I just wanted to kind of go over, I guess, the process of my selection in this location and some kind of tips to kind of help you guys possibly with, your own photo shoots, just checking out new places and stuff like that. And I know that field footage kind of ran long. There was a lot there. It was a long day, so I'll try and keep this as condensed as I can. But yeah, basically in this one, we were obviously mainly focusing on like those grain mills and silos that really stood out to me, and it was obvious because those were kind of the main structures in that small town. And essentially, there's kind of a, for me at least, there's a little bit more thought, I guess, than you'd expect that goes into like planning out these photo shoots. And if you're checking out somewhere new, kind of like what I do and what I did for this one is you can really just go on Google Maps, kind of bounce around there into Street View as well. And you can kind of pick out some of like the kind of obvious
subjects like buildings, in this case, the silos and grain mills and stuff like that. It was the selection here, but you can kind of look on Google Maps and Street View, whatever may be there, and you can just poke around there and figure out like, oh, there's this cool building over here I might want to check out, or there's this river over here we could walk along there, or like anything like that really, or like an industrial park you could plan to like walk through. So stuff like that really helps in, I guess, the lead up to these photo shoots. And obviously, though, in this one, obviously it was kind of those grain mills that were sticking out in town, and I knew that it was going to be a very bluffy area, and so there was going to be like the bluffs in the background and whatnot. But I essentially just saw this nature trail running through town there. Let me get some water quick. Saw the nature trail running through town that kind of it really just went by everything, right? So you guys just kind of saw me walk along that trail, and pretty much all those grain mills and even some homes that we saw kind of in town a little bit from that trail. They were all in there, and I knew I was going to be pretty far away from those things, so I knew that it would be a good opportunity to bust out that zoom lens, and we definitely made use of it. I actually set up the tripod. I rarely do that, the tripod setup, but I want to do it. I want to try and push myself to do it more and kind of really get those like print quality images. So it was overall, I mean, it was a really good kind of opportunity to try out some new stuff, kind of hone my skills with using that zoom lens more and the tripod setup. And that whole time we kind of hit it there in the evening hours right up until sunset, so that was also a really good move, and I'm trying to do that more this summer. It's kind of like I said, one of my goals this summer is just trying to kind of push the photo shoots right up until the end of the day and really work around those golden hours, because in the summertime, obviously in midday, you get a lot of harsh sunlight, and I really have a tendency to like kind of jump the gun and go out earlier than I should and kind of miss that. I'm just too tired to like be out for 8 hours in the sun. So I kind of I remember last summer calling it quits, like, before that golden hour. So I want to try and push those photo shoots off until, heading out around like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that in the evening. And we did that here. So, that's kind of the idea with this photo shoot, really just focusing on those bigger grain mills, obviously. The homes that we kind of captured in there as well. That was kind of just a treat, because I wasn't really expecting that too much, but we were able to actually capture some of those little tiny homes in there. So that was kind of the idea with this one. I know that's kind of some rambling, but wanted to kind of explain that a little bit for you guys. So let's hop onto the screen here, and I've already gone through and trying to condense these photo review segments a little bit more, just to quicken it up a bit. But I've already gone through and selected out a lot of the better images from this series, or this set here. And I will say that I did go on a photo shoot before this one. I didn't actually end up recording any video, because it was really just like a warm-up day for me. But I'll show you guys these images here. We actually got some good ones out of that. I was using the zoom lens as well. And yeah, this was like the weekend before this one. So just really a warm-up day. But this was I was kind of up in the bluffs here on a really wooded trail that kind of it's on the right on the, I guess, the edge of town, so it's looking into town. Got a nice shot of these apartments here, and I really like just the different colors of the cars kind of on this, and yeah, just an interesting shot, I thought. So a little shot in town, and then this was actually, this photo turned out a lot better than I expected, and I really was just looking at the contrast between this kind of trailer park here, and then the stark contrast of, boom, it just goes right into the river and all of this greenery, all the nature here. So kind of that, I was just looking for that contrast between like the homes here butted up right against all of this nature, and it was just kind of cool to bring those two elements together in this one. All of these, by the way, have not been edited. These have just been, some of these been cropped out, but none of these have been edited in terms of lighting, coloring, all that stuff. So and those were basically the only, yeah, you guys can see I was really up high on these, up on the bluff here, kind of looking into town, just playing around. None of those shots really turned out at all. I was just messing around, to be honest. Got a couple here, looking into town again. Pretty cool sunlight hitting those bluffs there. And then you guys can see kind of the roadway going into town. Pretty nice. Got the Quick Trip Festival Foods down there. But yeah, just capturing the landscape. Pretty sunny day. I was out like in the afternoon for this guy. But that was kind of just a warm-up photo shoot. So now getting into this one that we did today. I'm just going to hop into these real quick, and we'll start out with this. Nice shot of a couple homes in here, and the pond in the foreground. And then I was looking right through these trees on either side, really kind of framing that up through the trees there, and then that bluff just getting lit up in the background. Got some nice clouds in here. I really like the clouds on this day as well. They're really nice, kind of floaty, puffy clouds, which was cool. It's always nice to kind of have something in the sky a little bit, but good lighting here. Nice focus. Pretty cool. All right, let's show this one next. Grain mill here. This needs a little bit of rotation to the right. But we can, again, none of these have been edited in terms of lighting or contrast or coloring, any of that. So just keep that in mind. But again, really cool contrast against this real industrial kind of grain mill site here. And then you got all this nature right in the foreground. A nice calm pond, crystal clear. Well, I don't know about crystal clear, but really still pond there. And yeah, just picking up on that contrast again. Just with that real metal, hardcore metal type stuff in the background, and then all this in the foreground. Nice shot through the tree, providing me some shadow. I kind of explained that in the field a bit. I was looking for a little bit of shadow to take kind of some images through, and this tree provided that. This set of trees here, got the grain mills, a set of 3. I took quite a few shots of this set here. You guys will see coming up. Some trucks off to the left. American flag. Bluffs in the background. Nice lighting. And again, this one, obviously, really like how these trees kind of on the left-hand side just give you that natural framing for this image. Kind of directs your eye to the center right in here. And the trees are a little bit blurred out as well. So that was pretty cool. And so those were the ones I selected out of there. Let me run through quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Got a couple pics of the Stinson's meats. None of those really turned out too well. I may edit one of these, but I didn't take too many photos there because it was too harsh with that light, and there wasn't really a whole lot. I don't know, just didn't really pop out to me too much. All right, now moving into the good stuff, or the ones that I really like out of this episode here. So we got this farmhouse that I set up the tripod for. And yeah, this one was not set up on the tripod. This was taken without the tripod, and we actually have like perfect sharpness on that. Really good clarity, surprisingly. I was just holding that camera locked in. So I got that biker going through here, and you guys will see, and there's actually a bird. I like that black bird up there as well. if you guys didn't see that, but really cool lighting against the bluff side here. Super cool. And then also, so this was taken with the tripod setup. And obviously, I was kind of waiting for a motorcycle to pull through this shot, and we got a good one here with that nice red. I think that's a Harley. I'm not really too keen on my my bike knowledge, but really nice classic red bike there. Again, let me just pull this up again so it's nice in focus. Good sharpness with that farm in the back. Sunlight just lighting up those trees, and then you got the shadow on top as well. So really cool kind of layers of light and shadow here, and I just love the colors in this. So yeah, this one was I took this on the tripod, and this first one without, but this first one without, it was immediately as I was kind of getting set up for the shot, kind of looking at this, and this guy just happened to pull through as I was taking the shot. So it was pretty much unplanned for. But I really like both of those images. They could honestly be like a pairing or something, but really dope. None of these guys really turned out, just kind of harsh lighting. I'm not gonna really bother showing you guys these, but all right, here we got the farm and the horse stable. So we got two really good shots out of this. I was struggling a little bit with minimizing motion blur. So I had the tripod set up and everything, but I was struggling just locking in that sharpness, just getting everything as crystal clear as I could. But I think these two really turned out nicely. This one doesn't have as much light as I would like, but I really love the horse pairing here. And I'll show you guys this other one. This one as well. I mean, a little bit, we obviously have the sunlight coming through more on this. So, really lit up the scene here. And then it just so happened that another little more biker guy drove through on that road, and we got a little horse hanging out there. The only trouble with this one is I don't really like how the horse is cut off by the road. If you guys can see that, I don't really like that. So it's showing like half the body. In this one, they're a little bit more backed up, so you can actually see kind of their legs a little bit more. It's the only real one that's like the only kind of thing that I had with this image. But again, both images really cool. Turned out really nicely. These were, again, just some nice shots of the grain mills kind of closing in on sunset. Really cool. None of those really stuck out to me too much, but who knows? I may edit them. It's really nice. These sets of images really capture the bluffs nicely, I think. Like you can really see the kind of the lines there and the bluffs and everything. Pretty nice. Again, here we had another shot with some homes and the big old silo there on the right-hand side. Good light in this one. No tripod setup or anything, but yeah, really nice light here. I love how the foreground is kind of shadowed there, and then obviously the subject there in the center. Make sure this is focused. It's nice and lit up. So again, really working with that sunlight, trying to capture these shots in the best possible light that I could. And then our final shot here, I'm just going to go up to these. I haven't selected out the best one out of these, but this was a really cool scene with this old farmhouse. And yeah, it was just awesome. I haven't selected out the best one out of this series here, and you guys can see I obviously took a ton of images. But oops, that's gonna open up now. All right, we're good. But this guy I selected out, it had good focus. Again, at this point in the day, I was working with kind of low light, And you guys can see there, as when the light gets lower and when you're not working with the tripod setup or anything, you can get that motion blur. So the lower this light got, yeah, I just had to hone that in a bit more. But this one turned out pretty dang good. So you guys can see that sharpness and everything. But really cool scene of that farmhouse. Old farmhouse at sunset. Gotta love it, dude. And that'll do it for all of those images out of this shoot, guys. I think I pretty much covered everything I needed to. And the previous shoot as well, the one unrecorded. So we'll hop off the screen here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun on this one for sure. Honestly, was not expecting it to be that good, and it really just blew me away. So definitely planning on going back to that area and, yeah, getting out, putting myself in locations like that more often this summer. Just really getting those picturesque Midwest scenes, using that zoom lens. And, yeah, I mean, like I kind of said, I covered a lot of my goals in this episode that I want to keep doing this summer. So it was a good start to the season for sure. And like I mentioned before as well, when you guys are going out on shoots, photo shoots, and you're going to a new place, exploring some area new for the first time, like I did here, definitely check it out. Spend some time like researching and just planning it out a bit more. Putting a little bit more time into the planning of what you wanna accomplish. So use Google Maps and all that. Go into Street View, see if there's anything that stands out to you in the area that you're looking at going to. And yeah, just plan for it. Figure out what lens you want to use. If you got multiple lenses, if you need a tripod, bring that. And yeah, just kind of little tips like that, ideas like that will definitely help you out more in the long run. And I think it's really helped me for sure. Kind of, I guess, go into a photo shoot with more of a plan and something. Just have an idea in your head of what you want to capture. So, but that's pretty much all I got. That's all I got to say for this one, guys. So thanks for watching as always, and we're gonna have more summer episodes coming at you here soon. Summer is a long season for photography for sure. It's a long season, so more episodes on the way. Obviously, I'm gonna try and mix in some other videos here and there, focusing on just different topics. So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.